What the hell is that?
That's called Alert Draft Time. NBA Draft. Don't nobody know who being drafted.
It's a bunch of like long names.
Yo, there are no stars in this draft, bro.
Zach Edey.
Nope.
He's a star to me.
Yep. That's how much that means.
There aren't. So
no big names. No real big names.
Cool thing about this draft is got a lot of good players.
Yeah.
But you don't have one dominant, prominent player.
One of a kind. Yeah, it's one of a kind. This guy's gonna be a superstar. We ain't got that in this draft.
This ain't a Wemby draft. This ain't a LeBron draft.
Yep.
You know, it ain't that.
Yep. But we're not talking about the draft, really. We just wanted to start off with that because the draft is happening right now.
Right now, you know, the draft is going on.
Yeah.
First round's still happening.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. So we're paying attention every now and then.
Yeah, we keeping a little close eye.
To learn who these people are.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
But before we say anything else, tell folks about StayWinning.tv.
Hey, you know, already said StayWinning.tv. All of the social media platforms. That's where we be at, okay? Facebook,
Yep.
You know it. Spotify, you know it. YouTube, you know it. Tickety-tock. Threads. And most important, IG. You know, because IG is important.
It is.
It's really important. So, StayWinning.tv, that's where you can find us at. Subscribe, like, comment, talk your junk, talk your truth. This is the fans show. This is strictly for the fans. We are not professionals.
Nope.
But we act like we know what we be talking about.
We ain't one of those guys who used to be able to ball.
Nope.
That can now talk about stories from the 80s.
Facts.
We ain't one of those guys who can ball now, but take time off between games to talk junk about current players. Nope, we're not that cool.
We're not that cool.
We're fans, we dream a lot, and we talk about it, and we argue a lot.
All the time.
Because his GOAT is not my GOAT.
And it doesn't matter, because his GOAT ain't the right one, so it's all that matters.
Jalen Brunson's the GOAT.
All
right, let's go.
I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning. I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning, never losing. I'm winning, or caught slipping. I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning.
Yeah.
What we talking about today?
Today we talking about big name free agents.
Yeah.
And where they could possibly land and how it will help the team if they actually go to that specific team.
You got somebody in mind already?
Yeah, I got a couple players in mind.
You queued this up. Okay.
I queued this up right on. Like, to me, the biggest free agent in this year's pool is Paul George.
Yeah. This is Paul George's year.
This is Paul George's year.
Yeah.
And I believe that Paul George is coming to the East Coast. He's coming back east.
Okay.
And I believe if he really, really wanted to win, he would align himself with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they can afford him too.
Okay. I think it'd be a great fit for him.
Yeah.
Because I think, and it's still all predicated on Joel Embiid's health. If Joel Embiid can give them 70 games, 75 games, with the emergence of Tyrese Maxey and Paul George being Paul George, they are going to be a threat.
Yeah.
A bigger threat in the East. But here's the now problem. I don't know. What the Knicks are doing right now, the Boston Celtics are put on notice. All right? Because now we're talking about 8. They're 8 deep.
Yeah.
Boston is about 8 or 9 deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, the unicorn is the unicorn. He's a tough matchup for everybody.
When he's healthy.
When he's healthy, right? But now you're talking, we got the same kind of length with the exception of the little guy running the point guard position.
You calling Jalen Brunson a little guy?
Yeah, he's 5'11".
They list him at 6'2".
Yeah, but he's 5'11".
He's 6'2" and he's solid.
Yeah, he's 5'11" and he's swole.
He's taller than you.
By that much.
Just saying.
So, but he's a walking bucket.
Yeah.
But everybody else, length, shooting ability, and they all lock in on the defensive side.
Yeah, Julius Randle gonna have to, tighten
he might
it up
have to,
bit.
right.
Have to tighten it up a little bit.
But you're talking about, if I go right now name the top 5 teams in the East.
Yeah.
Boston, New York.
Yeah, and
then you go
just to remind everybody,
Philly, Milwaukee, and pick somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Eastern Conference, this year, number 1 was Boston, number 2 was New York.
Correct.
But going back to PG's fit, yeah, I think a lot of people have been talking about him going to Philly because Philly got the money. Right. Philly got the money to max him out, and he wants a max deal. So if he just wants the money, that's the place to
go to Philly. Right.
If he wants to win, I don't think he's going to win there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. First, Paul George himself gets hurt from time to time.
He does.
Or disappears
when you need him the most. Yeah.
Philly fans,
they don't play that game.
We ain't like
it's a tough crowd.
Fans.
Yeah, it's a tough crowd.
I say we, but you know what I'm saying? Like
tough crowd.
That sort of northeast tri-state area, Philly area. Nah, you can't do that. You can't disappear.
Right.
Like Tyrese Maxey is consistent. He shows up.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid, when he's healthy and he's on the court, he shows up.
Yeah.
Man, he shows up, beat up, and still, produces.
He showed up with one eye.
Yeah,
he produced.
My man had Bell's palsy and was still balling, man. So, so that's the type of grit that Philly fans look for. If you don't bring that,
you're gonna have a problem.
They're gonna run you out.
So where should he go?
I think he should. He should
go there. Go to Philly.
He should go there. He wants the money. He should go there, or take the money that they gave Kawhi Leonard and stay in LA. Stay home.
Okay.
Right. I know it's less money than what he can get somewhere else.
Right.
This is his time to get a max deal.
Right.
I ain't one to
throw
the money away.
Yeah.
But for him, I think if he's really trying to do that legacy thing where he wants to produce the best NBA resume he can produce, stay with LA, take a little less. Hopefully they bring back Harden. They got Westbrook for another year because he's on the cheapest contract. He's on the most budget contract ever, team-friendly contract ever.
Right.
And they really just missing like a dynamic big guy.
True. So let me add this team just came to my mind, and I don't know how it would fit. But what if we went back to Indiana
with Pascal Siakam there?
Yeah, put him at the 4.
Well,
put Pascal at the 4 and Paul at the 3. With Halliburton, Turner.
If they can afford, if Indiana could afford all of them, I think that would be nice. That would be nice for the East.
Yeah, I mean Indiana's a top 5 team in the East. That's the other.
I don't think they're a top 5 team in the East.
Okay. Who you putting over there? Miami? Because this is going to be between Indiana, Miami, and Cleveland.
Well, let's think about healthy, like health wise, right? If everybody's healthy,
then Miami
Boston's number 1.
But Miami is a top 5 team.
New York's number 2.
Yes.
Milwaukee's number 3.
Philly and Miami.
Yeah.
Philly and Miami, and they could be interchangeable. Honestly, if everybody's healthy, you know the Heat gonna be there. They gonna play.
Let me think about Miami because they are tough. Yeah, I think Miami would be better.
Yeah.
Would be if everybody stays healthy.
Top 5.
They are
seeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, their best player is Bam Adebayo.
I agree.
He's the guy you don't let go.
No, absolutely. They just extended him.
Good.
They just extended Bam. Yeah. And the Heat culture is gonna be the Heat culture. They're gonna play hard.
Yep.
And they're gonna give it their all. So
yep.
Now here's a player that I could care less about where he goes.
Before you say that.
Yeah.
There's another place that I saw somebody point out for Paul George.
All right.
And I thought, Dallas.
Oh shoot.
Dallas.
Listen.
Yeah, they was talking about Dallas potentially, going after him and trying to get him.
So when you gonna play him at the 2?
Yeah.
Gotta play him at the 2 there.
Well, play him at the 3. Kyrie's your 2.
Okay.
Luka's your 1.
Well, yeah.
That's kind of how that team is made up, right? Yeah. And then you got PJ Washington.
You put Paul George with the Dallas Mavericks, man. The Boston Celtics series looks different.
Yeah, I mean maybe they win a game or 2.
Yeah, I don't know if they beat him, but it's a much more difficult matchup.
Yeah,
because he is definitely gonna get at either one of them. Jalen or Jason. He getting at both of them. Yeah, they gonna earn all they keep, and they gonna get all they can take.
Yeah.
So now that's a good look. Dallas would be a good spot.
Yeah.
Too. I agree with that. That'd
be
a good spot.
So which team did we just talk about? What do you think he had the best chance of winning?
Philly.
The championship. Philly.
Because in my opinion, even though it's always a wild card with him, Joel Embiid is arguably the best big man in basketball.
Yeah.
And what I mean, and there's no dissing Joker. That's not like that.
They go back and forth.
They can go back and forth. He's just a different kind of dominance with Joel Embiid than it is the Joker. But when you got a dominant big man the way Joel Embiid can be and has been, everything becomes easier for everybody else.
Yeah.
And Paul George can shoot it. He can get to the bucket. You know what I mean? So he's a special player. So I still give Philly the edge if he goes to Philly. I don't know if they can beat Boston. We don't know who can beat Boston.
But anyway, who's the player that you said you don't care where they go?
James Harden.
What do you mean you don't care where he goes?
I don't care where James Harden go. I'm not saying, once again, let me not be disrespectful to James Harden. The boy can play, right? And he's been an MVP player.
Yeah. I'm
tired of James Harden though. Like I'm tired. It's the same thing with another player that we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sick of his OKC running mate too. Back in the day, they moved to too many teams. I'm sick of seeing them in different jerseys every year, every other year. So I'm burnt out with James Harden going to places and trying to win.
That's real. That's
what I'm saying. As a fan, it's like, yo, I'm just over it.
Yeah.
Stay in LA. You wanted to be there, so stay there and play.
Are you a James Harden fan?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
So
I respect his game, but I'm not a fan.
So I think what James is doing, James already has a Hall of Fame resume.
Career. Yeah, he does.
Already has a Hall of Fame
locked
resume.
in. Yeah, he locked in.
But what players like to do is make it way more certain by winning championships.
That's true.
And with his skill set is one that is very complementary to other players.
Yes.
And to other teams. Like he's an 11 assists per game.
He's true point guard right now. Absolutely.
And he can score
when he needs to.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think this would happen, but imagine like OKC with Harden at the point. I know they just got Caruso, but I'm just saying.
You're gonna move, keep SJ off the ball?
No, I mean the ball can move around. Harden don't have to be on. I mean he's making Harden's making room for Kawhi and PG.
That's true. No, that's
he definitely
true.
would make room for SGA and Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
And then you got Alex Caruso at the 2.
Yeah.
Right. So you move Dort to the bench. You got Harden at the 1, Caruso at the 2, SGA at the 3, Jalen at the 4, Chet at the 5.
Yeah.
You got
a nice squad. Yeah. And James Harden, and he's a vet. So hopefully he can take on a nice leadership role for that young team.
Maybe, but look. Everybody's leadership
different
isn't the winning leadership style you might need. Because when you look at a guy who's bouncing around like he is, yes, publicly he's done some really nice things to kind of accommodate his teams and make his teams look better.
Yeah.
Like we all criticized him going to the Clippers. And it's like, oh, watch this team implode and fall apart. Yeah. And then they actually got better.
Good. Yeah.
And then we started talking about, well, they might win the championship.
Yeah, they capable of doing it.
And then they didn't.
Right.
And now we're back to like, well, James Harden kind of sucks.
Right.
The reality is he's bounced around enough where, yes, he probably has some sage wisdom that he can pass on.
Right.
But I don't know if he's the person you want setting the culture.
Hey, he is definitely a culture destroyer right now. He just destroys culture.
When he comes in with that, like, I'm my own system type mentality,
foolishness.
But that roster that I just described with OKC,
they're a very scary team. They were young and they played young in the playoffs. Well, and it showed.
They almost won.
Yeah.
I mean,
almost don't count.
They almost won.
Yeah.
They almost got past Dallas.
Yeah, horseshoes. Horseshoes. Now, his old running mate is potentially on the trade block.
Oh, KD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one.
You sick of seeing him in
I'm tired of seeing him in different uniforms.
But at least he produces. He's consistent wherever he goes.
Where can Kevin Durant go and be like, all right, this team is the championship team with KD? Where's that team?
I don't know who can afford him.
He gonna have to take a pay cut to be on the winning team.
Well, for him, he might become available because Phoenix may look to move on.
Right.
Because their timeline, as far as building their roster, doesn't match up with his timeline as far as him being in the later years.
Last part of his career.
So they may look to move Kevin Durant, which means a trade has to happen. He's not a free agent, right? And so you think about a team that could use a sniper that is serviceable on the defensive end. He's not a 3-and-D guy because he's more of a mid-range killer that can also shoot the three.
All right, so
and he's tall enough to block a shot.
My thought process just started going berserk.
All right, who you got?
The Milwaukee Bucks. You trade him for Middleton.
Ooh. Well, that's not enough. You got.
I know, but
in Middleton,
you get KD to Milwaukee. They give up Middleton, a draft capital, and you put him, Lopez, also, Giannis, Lillard.
I think Lopez is also a
free agent.
He's about to be a free agent.
But why not? Why not send him to Milwaukee?
That is tough.
Because look, here's the thing. The reality of that situation is this. You ain't stop. Look, go ahead and build.
Don't want Middleton.
I agree.
He's
but
also.
I just thought about a name. Like, who could I think of that would be like, okay, he could go to this team and they could make some noise. Go ahead and build the wall for Giannis to not go through with Kevin Durant and Dame Lillard out there sniping. Go ahead and be stupid enough. You better figure something out. And that's for any of them. That's Boston.
Yeah. Any
of them, because Giannis is his own problem. Like,
I don't know. See, I don't have enough info on like what space people got. But let me throw out a scenario that I think might work. As far as like, I think the teams can make it work. Jaren Jackson to Phoenix.
Okay. Send his butt to Memphis.
KD to Memphis.
Woo-wee.
Paired with Ja Morant, Marcus Smart, Desmond Baines, and
hey man,
that's it.
I like that. I like that though. I ain't gonna front. I like that idea. I mean, they gonna lose something on the back end because
Jaren Jackson is
he's not only is he a great player, he's a great defender. Yeah, that's what you lose. You're losing that.
You got to give up something.
But that wouldn't be. I wouldn't think that's a bad look.
But he's a young guy that comes in, fills in the 4 in Phoenix, who would still have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, what's his name? Nurkic.
Yeah. So what about this though? Yep, here you go. I'm about to start some trouble.
I say something
really dumb.
Okay.
Yo, how about send KD to Minnesota for Cat?
If I had that thought, if Phoenix is willing to take Cat, sure. Who wants Cat though? That's the question.
I know, right? Yo, you put freaking KD. You know how? I think
that'll work though.
That would be dope.
And in fact, that actually might work straight up, depending on how Phoenix views Karl Anthony Towns.
I agree.
Personally, I don't think Karl Anthony Towns is at the level of KD.
Even at his old age, right?
But their salaries are probably close.
Yeah.
Their contracts are probably close. But I think Cat's on a max deal.
Yeah.
And they don't lose 3-point shooting. Cat can pull it from out there.
Right.
What they end up losing, in my opinion, is heart.
Okay, there you go. You heard what he said. He said it.
Yeah.
What an idiot. No.
But my opinion though, Minnesota gets better. I think they would still be a tough defensive team. I don't think KD would sink their defense that much.
No, he wouldn't.
He's still 7 feet tall and can put his hands straight up.
Yeah. And he plays hard on defense. He tries.
When he's motivated.
Yeah, he tries.
When he's motivated, he can be a lead.
Well, listen, Ant-Man ain't gonna just let him loaf. He be getting at him, so he gonna have to play.
Yeah.
Now here's a player that also would make Philly a good team.
You got another Philly proposition? Who you got?
Klay Thompson in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Because like I still think when it comes to the NBA, and you know this like I do, you gotta have shooting.
Yeah,
right.
But you said Klay can't shoot no more.
When he wide open, he can.
You said it over and over and over.
When he wide open, he can still shoot it. And with Joel Embiid, he gonna be wide open.
Note to self: make sure I run
this back. Klay,
all of the times
you was shooting bricks.
Talib said,
forcing them shots that you was thinking you was 19.
Klay
2016, 2017 Klay. You not that Klay no more.
Man, we put out the video about Klay.
Oh, it was really bad. Wasn't it Wash? He was bad.
That's what you said.
We had Steph Curry doing like this. Okay? It was really bad. It was bad.
But let's see. If Sniper Klay went to Philly.
Right. And they double Embiid. Because who's in the East that's not going to have to double Embiid?
Let me tell you what.
And you going to play zone?
Let me tell you what I don't like about it. Like, I think you're right about Klay. Klay lighted it up. Klay lighted it up.
Yeah, Please.
But what he won't do is pass the ball to Tyrese Maxey, who knows how to cut, knows when to cut, and gets to the rack with ease.
That's why Paul George
and those are really
makes
good
it a
shots.
better.
Yeah.
Because he will distribute the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? PG gonna get a ball.
PG assists may go up in Philly.
Yeah.
But I just worry about like PG disappearing. Actually, with Clay, depending on what he
left in the tank.
What his contract
Right.
would be if he signed with Philly. You know, the fans might be all right when he's off.
That's true.
You know, it depends if he gets a big contract and he goes there to be a sniper, to be like one of their featured pieces of the offense. Right. And he had those bad days.
Yeah, they gonna get on him.
Where he goes 0 for 13 or something like that.
Trash.
He gonna
hear it.
He gonna have some dark days.
All right. So
Philly's a tough place to play. You gotta be a unique.
Listen, in all of their sports, hockey, baseball, football, basketball, they are brotherly love to brotherly hate, straight up and down.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's legitimate who they've been. So we ain't even mad about that.
When LeBron opts out of his deal, right? His contract, and becomes a free agent. Where you see him going?
To the couch.
You see him retiring?
He'll sit your butt down somewhere, go eat some donuts. So let me tell you what. Let me tell you why I don't even want to talk about LeBron James. Let me tell you why. All right, because LeBron James, in my personal opinion, is deliberately doing this. Okay? He's waiting to see if the Lakers are going to draft his son.
And then what?
Then he'll opt in. Then he won't opt out. Yeah, then he won't opt out.
If they don't draft him,
it's a strong possibility he will opt out. Yep.
But his son can go to a team that can't afford LeBron James.
LeBron James don't need money. He'll take a Russell Westbrook minimum to play with his son. To play with his son?
No.
What's his dream?
I love my son. Screw that.
And LeBron James is a billionaire, bro. It ain't about money. He wants to play with his son. So if that's what it takes for him to play with Bronny, he'll do that. He'll do that. He'll do that. Here's the thing. Bronny better not get drafted. I know that much.
Why?
He ain't a pro right now. He ain't pro ready.
I think Bronny will be all right as a pro.
He's a G League, maybe. He needs to go back to college another year. He needs to go back to college another year.
It would be great to see more of him playing at the college level to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
But what we know for sure is that he had a heart attack. Mm-hmm. And within months, he came back from that heart attack and played at the college level. Mm-hmm. His numbers weren't great, but he also played the 2 when he's a 1.
That's true, because he's smaller. We didn't realize how much smaller
we knew how small he was. He's been a 1 his whole life. He played the 2 his 1 year college and came off the bench behind somebody else. Right. So he was out of position.
So if he gets drafted, you think he should go to the G League right out the gate?
Nah.
You think he should actually be on the NBA roster?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think so.
I disagree.
Miles McBride went to the G League and lit it up. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he needed to be there. Okay. Because he came to the NBA, signed with the Knicks, right? Knicks had him. And to me, him and Bronny are very similar players. Okay. Tough defenders, same size, got bounce, gritty, tough, and can shoot a jump shot. Right. Miles comes into the league. Tibbs don't like to play rookies. Right. So they had him on a 2-way contract. So he played some in the G League and and sat on the bench otherwise. Mm-hmm. In the G League, man, he was getting like 30 a night. You see Bronny having that kind of impact in the G League? I think he could. Why not? I mean, he played really well in the All-American game, McDonald's All-American game. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what LeBron does, first and foremost. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets drafted in the first or the second round, right? My personal opinion is, can he play? Absolutely. The man played college basketball. That's a high level to play. Yeah. And he played for one of the prestige universities in college basketball. Yeah. All right. With his health scare, with him coming back and playing out of position, go back to college another year, play the point guard. Now, if USC don't want to put you at the point guard, transfer to a college that will allow you to play point guard. He's the son of a billionaire.
I mean,
why would he go back to college?
Because he needs another year to develop.
Nah, he could develop in the pros. And
Not on the bench.
Get paid.
On the bench?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You heard what he said. Sit on the bench.
But this ain't about Bronny, man. I asked you about LeBron.
I'm just saying, I don't want to talk about LeBron.
I hear your take. You think it's all about Bronny.
It is.
I don't think it is.
Listen, LeBron got JJ Redick hired. Okay?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Look,
listen, if you don't think the Clutch Sports...
You want to go to all these different...
I said it.
Controversies.
It is.
Made up stories about LeBron. That's fine.
First and foremost...
I just want to know where he should play.
The Lakers.
I think it's time to move on.
No, it ain't. He Hollywood. Hollywood.
Okay.
That's where he belongs.
You can stay there.
He can stay right there in LA. That's where he belongs. He can deal with Anthony Davis because that's who he wanted.
How about this? Bronny, going back to your theory, right?
Yeah.
Bronny worked out for 2 teams.
All right.
You know what 2 teams it was? The Lakers
and
the Suns. So what if the Suns draft Bronny?
Oh, and LeBron opt out and go to Phoenix?
Or opt in and get traded?
To Phoenix for KD?
What that do for the Lakers?
Terrible. That's a terrible trade.
Okay.
Terrible trade because KD definitely gonna ass out by the All-Star break dealing with Anthony Davis.
Why?
You already know why. LeBron be trying to kill AD. Hey man, just do something. And he got to deal with D-Lo.
Why would he want to get rid? AD would be the best big man he played with.
No, I can't give that.
Who's the better big man that KD played alongside other than AD? That's better than AD.
You're right. That would be true.
And maybe D'Lo would actually play better because he don't have the pressure of being on the LeBron James team.
Hey man, is it really pressure to be on LeBron James teams right now?
I see these guys struggling. A couple of folks struggling on that team, and I'm going either they belong in the G League,
right, or
it's the pressure.
Okay.
I think D'Lo can play, but for some reason, when you got that, that
guy behind you,
somebody as big as LeBron on your team, oftentimes you see these young guys questioning themselves on the court,
shrinking,
and you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't hesitate.
I think LeBron needs to stay in LA, finish your career in LA, and if you're not going to finish in LA, then go back to Cleveland, finish it in Cleveland. Those are my.
That's gross.
It is, but I'm just saying.
Ugh.
That's his options.
Yeah, that's
LA or Cleveland, bro. Pick one.
I hate your inability to have an objective conversation about LeBron James because you're such a hater.
Hey, you can say what you want. That's your
You prove it.
I'm just saying.
You prove it. We should put together a highlight reel of you on this show talking trash about LeBron
James.
Because you're jealous.
Of what?
Him.
How?
I don't know, but you somehow show it every time you open your mouth about LeBron James.
All right, first and foremost, let's make sure we're clear about this.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players to ever play.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say.
He's one of the greatest to play every game.
Oh.
Right. He is old.
Okay.
And
still doing it though.
No, he is. And his legacy is cemented.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not about legacy. That's why I believe that whoever drafts Bronny, because his legacy is cemented, that's what I'm talking about. Hope it burns. It burns enough to give your chest hands a burn. Okay. If he gets drafted, LeBron James could pick, say, you know what, I'm going to play with him because I got 1 year left, right? I wanted to be with my son. Right. So whether that's in Sacramento, whether that's in freaking whoever, I wanted to play with Bronny. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. Like, that's why I believe there's a question mark on is he going to stay in LA or not based off of wherever his son, if his son goes somewhere. Because at the end of the day, he don't have anything left to prove.
He can't go following his son.
Why not?
Because he's LeBron James.
Why not though? Like why can't he? If he's already expressed, I want to play with my son. Right? That's what I want to do before I retire. Now, it hasn't worked out to where Bronny has shown.
It's a couple of reasons.
You know what I'm saying? But why not?
So Bronny worked out for 2 teams.
Yeah, okay. Right? LA and Phoenix, we got that.
He worked out for 2 teams, so he may go to one of those two teams if he gets drafted at all.
Right.
Right. LeBron's already in LA. So if Bronny went there, then I would agree that LeBron is more likely to just stay if somehow the Lakers got Bronny.
Right.
If Phoenix got him, or chose not to, let's say if Phoenix got him, I don't know that LeBron breaks his neck to try to get
to Phoenix. Okay.
I don't think he breaks his neck to try to get anywhere Bronny goes, because that's a couple of reasons. One, he has value as a 27 point per game scorer. Regardless of how old he is, he still shows up. He's available for
he's still LeBron James.
Most of the regular season.
Still LeBron James.
Yeah, he gets banged up a little bit now, but he still plays like 60 plus games a season. 27 points per game, like 8 rebounds a game, 7 assists a game. Like he's still putting up elite all-star numbers. He's still an all-star.
Right.
Westbrook's not an all-star anymore.
Right.
LeBron still is an all-star every year and deserves it every year. He's not just riding out his name.
I get it.
See what I'm saying? So
I do.
So you can't just go like, all right, give me the league minimum and I'm gonna sign there. You're not worth the league minimum. You're not about to drop yourself down. Rich Paul wouldn't let that happen.
Okay, cool. I get it logically.
And then the other part.
I get that logically.
The other part of it is, I don't know of many teams that have a pushover front office and coaching staff that will just say, "Oh, okay, because your Hall of Fame, future Hall of Fame dad is here. We're going to play you. We're going to give you minutes, Bronny." Right. I think Bronny can make an NBA roster. I think his minutes will be limited in his first season. Somewhere down the line, he'll become
a player,
a much better player, and see more time on the floor. Right. LeBron is not going to, try to get there in Bronny's first year. When Bronny proves himself and he's on the floor in 2 years, 3 years, I think you'll see LeBron.
But that's my opinion of it all. We don't know. We'll see if Bronny gets drafted or not. But as far as LeBron, stay put. Stay put. Like,
we're not changing the name of the podcast to Stay Put.
No.
Just stay winning.
Stay winning. Stay where you are. All right. You know, build chemistry with your podcast buddy, who's now your head coach. So stay in LA.
Okay. Let me fight back on this LeBron hate for a second.
Just a little bit.
So there was a all-star during the playoffs that sat down and they asked him about, what his team was doing out in the court. And he said, we don't know what we're doing out there, which is a red flag for the coach.
Mm-hmm.
That means the coach wasn't coaching and didn't have them properly prepared for the scenario that they was facing on the court.
Okay.
That coach got fired
mm-hmm.
shortly after that playoff run ended.
Right.
That was Ham.
Okay.
That was AD.
Okay.
Who put that tag on him.
Mm-hmm.
That was, you never heard LeBron speak out against Darvin Ham.
I never said he did.
All right. So LeBron ain't the reason JJ Redick had a job opportunity.
Okay. It's AD.
It ain't LeBron's fault that Rob Pelinka just wants to do everything he think is right to keep LeBron James. Rob Pelinka is the problem. It ain't LeBron.
Yo, I swear, Rob Pelinka, whatever you smoking, put it down, bro.
But look, other coaches have gotten off the couch and became head coaches. They just didn't stay head coaches for long. Steve Nash, right? So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how JJ does.
We'll see. At the end of the day, it's going to be fun to see where these names go. Man, the Knicks have shook up the NBA world, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do want to talk about it.
They shook them up, man. They shook up the world, bro.
Well, all right. To be fair,
we're going to finish with the Knicks. We're going to finish this episode with the Knicks.
All right, bet. I'm super excited about the roster that we have.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean we just going to win.
No.
Leon Rose and his team have been slowly but surely putting together this solid roster.
Yeah.
What I love about what they've done more than anything is that they went and got players that actually fit.
They complement each other.
Well, fit Tibbs' coaching philosophies, right? The way that Tibbs coached, what he prefers is what Leon Rose and team did.
Right.
That's the most important thing to me because that means they believe in their coach. They believe they got the right coach to lead this team indefinitely in the future.
Right.
And they gave him all of the pieces that they thought were good fits for his system, for his style, for him to put together. They gave away the near future to win next year.
Yeah, to attack it the next 2 years at least.
Yeah. And so, we got OG Anunoby potentially signing a 5-year deal. We got Mikal Bridges potentially coming over, but we gave away draft picks every other year from now to 2031.
Okay.
And just those 2 wing players alone changes our defensive needs.
Yeah.
The Knicks have been built so that when people got into the paint, you had elite shot blocking from Mitchell Robinson back there. Jericho Sims is a great shot blocker too. 6'11" center that we got on our bench. And Isaiah Hartenstein has shown that he can protect the rim just like everybody else. That's been fantastic. Now we're saying we're going to challenge you to even get to the paint. Like, you got to get around OG. You got to get around Bridges. You got to get around Hart. You got to get, all of these guys who are great defenders out in the perimeter.
And they play hard.
Yeah. And you got DiVincenzo and Brunson flying around. So you can't turn your back, Joel Embiid. When you get the ball, you try to face up on the basket, you got somebody coming blindside that's likely to knock the ball out your hands. So I love how they've put this team together. What worries me now is, in my opinion, Leon Rose has lost out on getting Executive of the Year to Brad Stevens. Because Brad Stevens has always made bigger and bolder moves. What do the Celtics want to do? Because Brad Stevens is looking at it and going, okay, I got something for that.
Who's out there that the Celtics can actually get that's going to make them any better than what they are?
Well, we didn't know Drew Holiday was going to be out there.
Well, that's the Portland Trailblazers' fault. Everybody should be fired from Portland.
So maybe something happens with the Phoenix thing, with all the pieces moving around, and they mess around and get Devin Booker. I don't know.
Dang.
I'm just making up wild scenarios because somehow Brad Stevens seems to have this kind of luck.
You smoke crack, don't you?
I don't know why is that funny right now? Anyway, love what the Knicks have done. They still got to beat the champs in order to get to the final.
Oh man, hey man, that's good tough. That's good stuff. The Knicks gonna be tough. I know the Knicks fans are going through the roof. They can't wait for next season to start. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to start as well, man. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna see what happens with the rest of this draft. We're gonna see how free agents shake out. We're gonna revisit a lot of this stuff because there's gonna be so many moving parts. Guys, thank you for joining us. We are pushing to our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, man.
We're almost there, man. So once again, what?
We're close to 1,000 subscribers.
We are.
We're close. We ain't there yet.
So guys, get on it.
I think y'all can help us.
Talk to your peoples, man, and get them to subscribe so we can reach that 1K by our 1-year mark in July. We appreciate you, and most importantly, stay winning. This is the delay for it.
I stay winning. I'm winning, I stay winning. I did it, I stay winning. I'm winning, never losing. I'm winning, or caught slipping. I did it, I stay winning. I'm winning,